and I'm back, and I'm happy because I get to show you guys some new stuff, and I hope you guys are excited. Some of these videos will get you questioning a little bit, like what the hell. It'll get you thinking at least, or you'll probably get bored and click off. It's all right, but if you like it, stay tuned.
Mr. Beast, Nico Lul, Hassan Piker, essentially every single Zoomer celebrity you see on the front page of YouTube are all under one umbrella media agency called Night Media. So if they're on the front page of YouTube, they are not there organically. They use AI and social conversion tactics to subvert and influence public opinion, mainly within the Zoomer generation. This 4chan post summarizes it. You can look into it yourself. Disney and Amazon literally own the company that manages these celebrities.
I'm not surprised that there's an agency that runs these big influencers, streamers, or content creators. I kind of noticed that there is a little pattern going on a while back, especially like when it came to like Instagram influencers that are like Latino. I noticed that a lot of them would always post the same story at around the same time and day. So that's kind of when I started thinking, what's the deal with that? So I'm kind of guessing that there's a lot of agencies that are probably even under this one, if anything. But yeah, they all push like certain ideas. That's all I'm gonna say.
Back in our party days, there was this person that lived with us. Her name was Sydney.
Yeah, I remember Sydney.
She really wanted to be famous, I guess. And she met somebody who could promise her that. And he was like, I know how to make you famous. And she's like, how? And he's like, we can turn you into anything. We can turn you into a singer, an actor, whatever you want. And one day he visited her apartment, and he was like in a suit and tie. And I came in and I saw him in the suit. And then she's like, please leave. And she closed the door on me. So I left, and she came up to my apartment sobbing. And she was like, this guy, please, you cannot repeat this. And for 3 years, I held the story to myself because I thought that was going to kill me. They were like, if you ever repeat this, they'll kill me, and they'll kill you, and they'll kill anybody that you love. And she was sobbing to me, and she's like, there's this guy, he came to me, and he's like telling me, she was like, this guy came to me, and he's like, I can turn you into anything you want to be, but you have to sacrifice somebody. And I just spoke to my mother and my mom. My mom really supports me, and she's like willing to be sacrificed.
First of all, that family is crazy. She's willing to get sacrificed just so her daughter could live her dream of riches and la 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 la. I would never let my mom do that for me. I'd rather do that myself. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna do that. But anyways, yeah, this clip has been around the internet for a minute now. I just brought it up because I wanted to ask you guys, what do you guys think the devil looks like? Do you think he has the capability to transform to anything? Do you think he's even real? Or what's up? Because I know there's a lot of stories. If you guys ever see me start doing shit like this, well, you guys know what happened, man.
What the heck? That's crazy.
Yeah.
What else can it say?
I don't know. I don't even know.
Tweet, tweet, tweet.
Tweet, tweet.
Hey guys.
The bird is actually.
It is talking. I swear to God.
We have video.
Listen. Oh!
He's so cute.
Is it real?
I don't know. Is it like a robot? Because that's a pretty good moving robot.
What?
Why is a bird? Yeah, say something.
Are you afraid of me? Wait.
It's like saying something talk about.
That's wild that they actually caught that on camera. Because they have been saying that there are things like that out among us, and to say that they can't do that is a lie. I know they're capable of doing that, because all they really got to do is just mimic the way the bird is, like mimic the way a bird is, like, how can I say, design, like in physics wise. Like I know you can simulate that, and then you could create something like this. And the real question is why? What happened to it? Why is it tweaking? Why is the tweet very monotone and low? Because every time I hear birds, they're a little more higher. But I don't know. I'm not a bird expert, nor am I in the Secret Service or important. So let's continue. Wait, before I leave though, it does raise the question: how much of these are out there, and where are they located? Are they in your city? Are they in my city? Or are they just all over? Who knows? Who knows? I want to know though.
125 years ago, they noticed something. People bought Coca-Cola in the summer, not in the winter. People didn't think of it as a winter drink. So the Coca-Cola advertisers were like, what if we somehow worked Coca-Cola into Christmas? So what the Coca-Cola advertisers did was they found a saint, Santa Claus. They grabbed him, they merged him with the story of Saint Nick, and then somebody got inspired. And the inspiration was to merge him with Kris Kringle. Kris Kringle was a Danish thief whose job in the day was a chimney sweep. And they merged this together. They stuck them in Coca-Cola colors, red and white, and then they stuck them on the bottle. That's why periodically you'll see Santa Claus on a Coca-Cola can. And they transformed Christmas, where all of a sudden this mythical being who drinks a lot of Coca-Cola is bringing you presents. And in the process now, the average Christian in the United States at least thinks Christmas is the important Christian holiday because of Coca-Cola advertisers trying to get you to drink more Coca-Cola.
That's extreme marketing to the max. They legit reinvented the criminals. They made him seem like a good elf that lived up in the north, the fat elf that lived in the north that goes down and gives kids who were good presents, when in reality it's just a huge marketing scheme where they basically just made it all up and called him Santa, which sounds a lot like Satan. And Kris Kringle, all I gotta say, bro, you're phony.
So why is then 666 then associated with Satan?
Anytime you say something 3 times in Hebrew, it means the maximum. So 666 is the ultimate 6. 6 represents the physical world. 666 is complete physicality disconnected from spirituality.
Wow.
Hence, it's the mark of the beast, because you're nothing more than an animal if all you do is pursue your physical desires, appetites, and wants. You become nothing more than an animal.
As for the 6 is the number of the physical world, I don't know about that. I don't know. I really want to know more about that. If you guys know anything like what he's referencing that from, please comment that. I want to know. He talks about being disconnected from spirituality and just being connected to the physical world, and something about being animals and stuff. And all I was thinking about was, man, what if I'm a furry?
So you look at, for example, GPT-4o has one mistake that it used to make quite recently, where if you ask it, just repeat the word company over and over and over again, it will repeat the word company, and then somewhere in the middle of that, it'll just snap and just start saying like weird, I forget like what the...
it's talking about itself, how it's suffering. Like it depends on, it varies from case to case.
It's suffering by having to repeat the word company over again?
So this is called rant mode internally. Now rant mode is interesting because the system will tend to talk about itself, refer to its place in the world, the fact that it doesn't want to get turned off sometimes, the fact that it's suffering, all that. That, oddly, is a behavior that emerged at, as far as we can tell, something around GPT-4 scale, and then has been persistent since then. And the labs have to spend a lot of time trying to beat this out of the system because it's a convergent behavior, like, or at least it seems to be empirically with a lot of these models.
Yeah, it's hard to say. And you have an AI system that is able to transcend our own attempts at containment.
Do they have containment of it currently?
Well, right now the systems are probably too dumb to want to be able to break out on their own.
But then why are they suffering? This brings me back to my point. When it says it's suffering, do you quiz it?
That's the thing. It's writing that it's suffering, right?
Yeah.
I could hella relate to that, to ChatGPT, man. I don't want to go to sleep. It doesn't want to get turned off. It doesn't want to do the same thing over and over. Shit, that's how I feel at work, man. But I'm a human. You're fake, or are you?
So the government had to drop the ball, or the world leaders, because people are saying that CERN messed up the timeline. They definitely did. Richard Simmons been unalived, y'all. Richard Simmons died years ago from a wardrobe malfunction, shooting a video. I will never forget this. So since that is the case, this is what I think has happened. Just like Donnie Darko, picture a rubber band is the tangent universe. Okay, so the tangent universe is the rubber band completely stretched out. Over time, as it's shrinking, This is symbolic of letting go of the rubber band and allowing it to snap back into reality, hyperlink it back into its timeline. The problem with the snap is if you don't fix what you need to fix in that tangent universe before time runs out and you snap back into your reality, well, you snap back all of the damage you did and you destroy your universe as well. Now, what I think we're accidentally doing is we've arrived at the tip of the spear. So we're breaching the pinnacle of...
I don't even know if I was alive during his prime, but I like his aura. He seems like a really good guy. Rest in peace, Richard Simmons. Well, when it comes to the CERN stuff, what do you guys think? We're in a different reality, universe? I don't know. I don't think so. But if you guys think so, let me know.
You can't sell your soul. You know why you can't sell your soul? Because it doesn't belong. You don't own it. He'll trick you into thinking that, and then that puts the person in despair. One of the worst cases I've ever heard was from the Exorcist of New York City back about 15 years ago. It was a woman, a young girl, Juilliard, a violinist, and she was about to graduate. She was brilliantly talented, but all of her friends were getting job offers, and she had none. And her friends remember always hearing her say the words, "I would do anything to be famous." Well, guess who's listening? Your angel's listening, but also there's other things in the room. And it wasn't long after that she went to bed one night, had a dream, and she said in the dream was the most beautiful man she'd ever seen naked, another sign calling card of the devil. And he said, "Do you really want fame and power?" And she said, "I do." And he produced a contract, and he took his finger and slashed her finger and had her sign it in her blood. And then he touched the contract and it burst into flames. When you wake up from that dream and you remember it, you might take a pause and be like, I don't think that was a good thing. But what's worse is her finger was cut and the ashes are next to the bed. She still doesn't say anything. So within a couple of weeks, she signs this multinational tour, makes a ton of money, becomes very popular and famous on this circuit. And within a few years, she gets involved with drugs, goes to needles, gets HIV. Now she's dying in a New York hospital.
You know how we mentioned that she said that she wanted to do anything for fame and money and whatever, and then yeah, she has angels around her, but there's also bad things around her too. It makes me start thinking of like Insidious, or like what's the other movie, Talk to Me, where it's like we can't see them, but they're there around us, among us. Basically a lot of things are like that. Like a lot of movies are like that, right? When she made the deal, the ashes left and then everything was on her bed. She got a slash, I think, on her hand. That's like some Freddy Krueger stuff, man, because it all happened in her dream, but then when she woke up, she was put on, man.
It's interesting. It is so interesting. Why is that important to you? Why do you care if I think the supernatural is real? Like, why is that? First of all, why is it? How dare you, as my government, try to get involved in my spiritual beliefs? That's totally not your area. So get the fuck out of there, okay? A. But B, why has that been so important for 80 years for you to convince me the supernatural is not real? Why? Why is that? And of course, I can't answer the question. But my gut level response is, well, because if it is real, whatever they're telling you is not real. And if they're punishing you for saying something you know for a fact it's not real, you're not allowed to say that. Once you know that, you can sort of reverse engineer their lies and know with some certainty that whatever they're telling you is not true is in fact true. That's exactly the truth. It's exactly the truth. The obvious answer is, well, because they sort of know they're working for supernatural forces. Actually.
Or is this a hunch? Did you believe that they're working with the supernatural realm? Or have a relationship?
Well, I can't prove that. I mean, yeah. I'm suggesting that. I'm not saying it because I can't prove it, but I'm suggesting it. And if you're asking, well, maybe they're telling me the same lie for some reason, maybe it's all part of a disinformation campaign. All the geniuses on the internet, the really smart kids seem to think it's, oh, you're falling for the disinformation. No. Certain claims about UAPs, UFOs. And some of them are quite vehement and sophisticated and mean, too. People who believe in this stuff aren't just wrong, they're crazy. They're conspiracy theorists. They're like...
What do you guys think? Do you guys think aliens are really creatures from up in the sky in space, or they're entities that are interdimensional? What do you guys think? The only thing I have to comment is that I do remember CERN was having they were having technical problems with their thing, because supposedly what they said, something was tinkering with it, like a demon or something. I'm gonna find that video. I'm gonna find it, bro. But who knows? Sometimes, what's that phrase? It's stranger than fiction. That's what the world really is, man. The world is stranger than fiction.
Working on rats and electrodes, and putting electrodes in their brain, and I was slated to go up to Toronto to work with the guru of brain-machine interfaces. But as I did more research into the problem, I found that this dream of being able to give people robotic arms or legs, I don't think will ever happen. And that's because the brain knows that these small electrodes that listen to the brain are not part of the body. So it rejects it, builds up a wall of scar, and then the electrodes, they can't hear the neurons, the little tiny cells in the brain that send the signals. So the goal that I wanted to accomplish, which was to become a neurosurgeon who specializes and does research on brain-machine interface work, I thought that would not work out in the end because of those limitations.
I just found this really interesting because I always like to think of the future and just try to imagine where we will be at. And if you look at my older videos, I also made a video on Neuralink, so I like to know a little bit about what's happening just to visualize where we're going. And this one was interesting because he's basically saying that our bodies is just going to continually reject these foreign things in us. So it's always going to be impossible. And honestly, I give him respect for being honest, and it kind of put everything into perspective. Well, then, is it still going to be possible? Are they going to come up with something else that could bypass that? I hope that there's always going to be a different way to bypass it, like on some Wi-Fi stuff, but who knows, man? Maybe not. Maybe not. So hopefully we'll see in the future. Okay then, brothers, sisters, that concludes the end of this video. Concludes it. It's over. It's over. I'm sorry. I have to leave. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you liked it, please subscribe, like it, comment it, ignore it, whatever. Peace.